Hello, I'm Bradley and welcome. So today I want to talk Brylcreem. So it's a product range which I don't use very often, if I'm being honest, but when I do use it I always think to myself, why aren't I using this more? So first things first, whenever anybody mentions Brylcreem, of course you think the traditional Brylcreem here. So here it is, absolutely a really it's been around, isn't it? What's the year on here? It's 1928, so that's 91 years this product has been around, and it's absolutely been a product which has stood the test of time. I have to admit, when I always think about it, I always think that it's quite a heavy product. However, whenever you use it, it really does remind you, and it certainly reminds me, that it's a light, glossy product. It's really light hold and it's protein enriched, so it's really good for your hair. It's got lots of oils and lots of conditioning properties, so it really makes your hair nice and soft, sleek and smooth. I remember actually when I was smaller, and I remember sort of always, who isn't at such a young age into sort of styling products, sort of short spiky hair and things. I remember my nan telling me that my grandfather always used to use Brylcreem, and I remember one particular day when I was out with my twin brother and my nan in this store, and my twin brother Cameron picked up the Brylcreem, and I remember my nan telling us all about it and how he used to style his hair. When I think back on that now, of course that product still hasn't changed. It didn't change from when my grandfather used to use it all those years ago. So, not many products, when you think about it now, in the different stores which we have, which sell products such as hair products or shampoos and conditioners, have been around that long. Brylcreem obviously has, and you've only got to use it once to know how it's... You don't have to question, you know straight away why it's been around for so long. Brylcreem, so, comes in this container. Really nice container. Opening it, real classic Brylcreem look. Comes open. It's sealed with a silver plastic foil lid. And then you peel that back and then you start using it. It looks actually like a cream you'd apply to your skin. It's got a really nice traditional smell. It's almost like a masculine cologne smell, or like an aftershave in the Brylcreem. Really great product. You don't need a lot. You really don't need a lot. It's like a creamy based product. On the front here, it's informing you that it's protein enriched, it's a light glossy hold, it's original men's grooming, and of course you've got that classic dragon emblem for Brylcreem. So let's have a look what it suggests on the back here. So getting the most out of your product: for the iconic swept back look, use a comb to keep your hair looking smart. For a more textured look, work a little into your hair with your fingertips. Directions for use: wet hair, rub through a small amount of Brylcreem Original to style and condition your hair. Then just a slight little bit more information about it here on the top of the packaging just here. So Brylcreem has been styling men's hair since 1928, giving groomed, sharp styles that don't take forever to achieve, quality that has stood the test of time, which we've already discussed, and keeping you confident in your style. And I would absolutely say that. So if you've seen a lot of my clips before, I really like that sort of around that era, those 1910, 1920s styles, where when you look back into that era, or films based around that era, or iconic characters which we know from that era, a lot of men wore swept, sort of smart, styled, groomed looks, particularly like what I've got today. And of course, Brylcreem would have been a great part of that, in different pomades, different gels, and I imagine sort of very oily sort of type products, all great for conditioning the hair and looking that real nice, sleek, shiny style. So Brylcreem, it's a light glossy hold. I've actually got it in today. Okay, so what I would always say is whenever I use Brylcreem, which I've already mentioned, I don't use it very often, and I think that's just because I like a bit more of a stronger holding product, whereas when you use Brylcreem, it's a light hold. So if you're out and about and it's sort of windy or different weathers and things, I do find it tends to move around slightly. Of course, if you wanted to carry a comb, you can always sort of comb that back into your style of what you'd like. For me, if I know I'm not going to be sort of out and about and I'm just going to be sort of at work, or I'm sort of going to, I don't know, a function, or if I'm going out for dinner with sort of family members or what have you, then I will use Brylcreem. It's not very often I will use Brylcreem, because then I know it's not going to be in some of those environments where it will be sort of moving about. But it is a really nice product, and it's something which, whenever you've used Brylcreem, by the end of the day when you go to washing out your product, you can really tell the benefits it has in the product, which is quite strange, I always think, from a styling product. You don't necessarily expect it to be conditioning and looking after your hair. Of course, it's great if that can happen, but Brylcreem, after you've washed it out, you have this sort of amazing texture in your hair. You have that lot more moisture, and you have a real nice softness. Brylcreem always gives an incredible shine. I always use, in a lot of my clips you would have seen as well, I always use hairspray over the top of my hairstyles, particularly if I'm wearing a style like what I've got today. I will choose to spray a hairspray or a free spray or really high holding product over the top, and that boosts the shine. For me, it always surprises me, and I often forget when you go back to using Brylcreem, you don't have to use anything over the top. For shine, I'm actually with reference to at the moment, not necessarily hold, but for shine you get a real incredible sort of almost glass finish. As you can probably see just by the side of my hair here, you get an absolute incredible shine, which is really, really nice. My only slight downfall with Brylcreem, I would say, is that it's quite difficult to wash out. Anybody who has used Brylcreem would know. Usually for me, whether or not I'm using too much, which I usually use probably about half a golf ball size amount, maybe a little bit more, throughout my hair, slightly damp hair, I would really struggle, and I would say sometimes I have to shampoo my hair about 3 times before I can get the product completely out. It feels like you've got that oil in your hair, but of course after twice shampooing through your hair, whatever you've left in your hair, that moisture, there's so many great moisturising products in your hair, it would be really, really good for your hair anyway. But it's just, of course, when you're looking for that nice sleekness after the shower, or when you're finished sort of cleaning your scalp through, it's really nice to have that sleek, complete sort of nice freshness feel. And I just feel with Brylcreem you do have to put that bit more effort into really when you're cleaning and washing your scalp. But however, it's a really, really amazing product, and I cannot say anything bad about it at all. It's one of my favourites, and of course it's a quality product which has stood the test of time, and it's something which I would really use in the future, continue using in the future, and I'd really recommend it to others as well. Of course you don't necessarily have to recommend it, because I imagine a lot of people have used it. A lot of male members in my family have used it. Of course, grandparents, parents, you don't have to mention the name, everybody's heard of Brylcreem, and it's an incredible, incredible product. Moving on slightly, Brylcreem have a bit more of a diverse range as well, which is incredibly a real quality product, and it's something which I have started using. Not very often, but it's a product which I do turn to occasionally. And moving on slightly, again, you can still achieve these combed looks. It's their Strong Hold Gel. Now, Brylcreem have a number of different products in the range, and they are all fantastic products, and the quality is incredible, and it's a real great top rated product, and it's certainly something I would recommend. This particular gel here, let's talk a little bit about it. So Brylcreem has been styling hair since 1928, giving groomed, sharp styles that don't take forever to achieve, which is really, really great, and I can absolutely boast that. It doesn't take long to create good styles using Brylcreem's products at all. So here we go. So Strong Gel delivers classic, strong, durable styles, not a flake in sight, and lasts up to 24 hours. I think that's a really great statement to make. Of course, so many gels, when you go back to touching your hair, or if you've got something you need to sort of rearrange, they start to almost go into that chalky finish, and you get those white marks in your hair. Really, really horrible, and I absolutely hate it. A complete bugbear of gel for me. However, the Brylcreem Strong Gel would probably be my choice. I really, really like the Brylcreem, and it's a real lovely traditional sort of creamy textured product, and it's got that real nice, incredible smell. The gel is a bit more like a traditional gel in itself, where of course it's a clear product, and it does hold that much more stronger hold. Of course, it says here Strong Gel. It's a really great product. It's 24-hour hold, and it really holds your hair in place for that style, particularly like what I've got today. I haven't used the gel today, but very often if I'm doing this style, I will jump in with this product. Today, of course, I've got the Brylcreem on, which I've used. This gel here, let's just tell you a little bit more about it. So it says squeeze a small amount of gel into your palms, rub between hands, and apply to damp or towel dried hair. Use fingers to style. Of course, you can always use a comb and get that real nice defined classic Brylcreem look. Just a little bit more, so getting the most out of your product. Gel applied to damp hair spreads more evenly and will give you a better structure. For a more clean and polished looks, use a comb or a brush to style. So really, really great, and it's a really nice product. It's got a nice scent to it as well, like a real nice cologne, and it's a really great product which I would continue certainly using in the future. Both products are amazing. One is no better than the other at all. Moving on, Brylcreem do something slightly different again, which is a cream. So they have a few of these actually, which I have noticed sort of popping up when you have a look at Brylcreem products in stores such as Boots. And to be honest, I've only seen this in Boots. I don't necessarily see it very often. I know you can get the traditional Brylcreem in supermarkets and stores. However, for me, I think which offer the widest range would be online, stores such as Amazon, and certainly where I buy a lot of my products from, Boots as well, and this is where I actually bought all 3 of these products from. So the Brylcreem Cream is a product which I just point out here. It's a remoldable invisible hold. I've only recently started using this. I don't use this product if I'm going for a look like this today. If I'm going for, which you may have seen in some of my clips before, that dried back style. So a nice sleek look, but it's dried back for that shine. And then if I'm getting more volume in there, so I'm starting with that blow dry, I'm lifting up at the front to get that lift. If I'm styling my hair then, I then go in with the Brylcreem Cream. Now this is a really creamy texture formation, and it's really nice. I always say with products like this, using less is more, and then if you need more, go back in, because if you're taking that great big scoop and you're trying to rub that through your hair, it's not great, and it's certainly, you'll almost guarantee use too much of the product. So a small amount adding up, you absolutely won't make a mistake with it. It's a really great product. It's got, again, it's a different scent, I would say, from the other products. So in the traditional Brylcreem, a really nice classic traditional sort of cologne aftershave smell. With the gel, I'd say it's a little bit more modern, almost a little bit more sharper in fragrance, but a really nice scent all the same, and you can tell they complement each other in the range really nicely. The cream product, I would say that this is the same scent, but almost like more of like a lotion sort of smell. But of course with the masculinity sort of scent over the top as well. Really nice product. And even though it's an invisible hold, when I looked at this actually, first of all, I thought to myself that how can it be an invisible hold? And then of course you don't see it in your hair. That's the invisible hold. It's a really great product. It gives a lot more texture and resistance in the hair with that nice added bonus of the scent too. And it's certainly a product which I'm starting more and more to grow to. It's a really nice product. At first I was a little bit unsure because of the invisible hold on there, but I really like the product, and it really looks after your hair, as with all of the range. When you come to washing them out, they really look after your hair really well, and they give you that nice moisture. The best product for that, I would say, though, is the Brylcreem. Of course, because the oils and everything in the product, which is so conditioning and so moisturising and has a lot of benefits to the hair, the scalp and the hair, I would say that Brylcreem is the most moisturising. Then I would say the gel leaves you quite a nice texture in your hair after you wash that out. And then the cream is really nice as well. Of course, really nice for building styles with the cream. Gel, of course, you've got that nice classic product which you can run in with a comb, or if you're spiking your hair, really great product. Brylcreem doesn't need no more said about it, and absolutely ultimate product to use, and I believe probably a hero product which will be used for years and years to come as well. So really great products today. Another thing I would actually just point out as well, if you've got finer hair as well, use smaller amounts of the gel or the Brylcreem. Just because you've got finer hair doesn't mean you can still enjoy those combed styles. Really great products. And what I would say, if you've got finer texture hair as well, the Invisible Hold Brylcreem Cream is a really nice product for building volume and fullness. If you've dried that hair back and you're using a small amount, take small amounts each time and build that texture and volume up in your hair. It works well. When I've had shorter hair, actually, it wasn't this similar product, but I believe it was a slightly different cream product. I think almost like a putty product. It was a little bit firmer than this. Whether or not they've changed the sort of ingredients of the product, I'm not 100% sure, but I know when I had shorter hair, I've used a similar product to this, and it really helped create fullness and create that bit more volume as well, which is really great. So overall, Brylcreem range, absolutely fantastic. Haven't got a bad thing to say about it. Of course, if you wanted to sort of be, if you're finding not a negative, almost sort of, and it might well be just sort of for me, but of course it's the issue of washing the Brylcreem out. But of course, if that's all we had to complain about, then it would be a fantastic world. But anyway, nevertheless, really great products, and I would continue to use all 3 of them. So hopefully you have found those tips useful. If you still see the Brylcreem range, which I'm sure you have done, give them a try. And of course, I love, as you know by now, love trying out different products, love styling my hair with all different products and trying different styles. Really great product range, and I really recommend them to anyone who's wanting to do that as well, or interested in that as well. How have I styled my hair today? So very quickly, this morning I have jumped in with Alpazine. So with Alpazine, and that's because I wore a lot of different products in my hair yesterday, and when I came to washing my hair this morning, I just wanted that bit more of a boost on my follicles, wanted them sort of that waking up sensation. So I used Alpazine. Absolutely great. Of course, it's a preventative measure if you're concerned with thinning as well, so really great product. Left that on my hair for about 5-10 minutes. Then after that, I've gone in with conditioner. My favourite conditioner, which I'm currently using at the moment, is L'Oreal Professional, and that's the Senoxyl range, which I really love. Left the conditioner on, which is like a gel formation texture. I've left that on for about 5 minutes again after I'm just doing everything else in the bathroom. Then when I've gone through and I've just towel dried my hair off, Again, coming back to the Alpazin range, I've used the Caffeine Liquid, just literally parting my hair in several partings and at the temples in my hairline, going in with that just so I've got that ultimate freshness, because I did use a lot of products yesterday, and that's a good thing which I always like. If you have used a lot of products, items such as Alpazin and the actual Energizer really help by invigorating and keeping your scalp the healthiest and the sort of the ultimate condition. Really, really great, and of course it boosts growth, I believe, as well, in my opinion. Of course, everyone's different, but really great product ranges anyway. How have I styled my hair? So after that, I've gone in, just blow dried my hair very, very roughly, offering my hand, shaking that up through. Blow dry, haven't really sort of used any brushes or anything to sort of control that. And then what I have gone in with is the ultimate classic traditional hero Brylcreem. Literally, when you open up the silver film on the top, you literally just feel like diving in with your hand. But of course, I do try to use a smaller amount. I'm very guilty of sometimes overusing hair products, but this one, really, really nice. Again, I used a small amount and I kept going in about 3 times, just taking a little bit more and a little bit more, building up that texture, and rubbing that through my scalp, rubbing that into my roots, kind of massaging the product in, then grabbing a normal standard comb and just combing it back. So literally started off by combing from my scalp right the way back, making sure I've got that to the back of the nape of my neck. Combed it right back all the way round, as you can see, and then just for that little bit more of a style, I've gone for the side slick back style, which I really, really like. So I've got that quite hard parting today over to the left, parted my hair, combed this small amount of hair on the side here, I've combed back to the side, then I've brushed that back over at the back here, and then I've sort of brought that back down to a point, as you know if you've watched my clips before I have my haircuts. So it's a bit of a pointed or an arrow at the back, towards the back of my neck, and I've got that undercut, which is slightly growing out at the moment, but I believe this style still looks good. And then with this hair, I've kind of gently lifted it a little bit with the comb, and then brought it over so I've got that slight amount of volume. Then this side, I've just combed back, and I've got that sort of that nice sleekness, sort of almost like that brushed look, which you can achieve with Brylcreem. What's really, really nice as well, because it's got that nice oily finish, but however it's not greasy, if you know what I mean. It's really protecting the hair, really moisturising. Very often I just feel like, to get that nice feeling, I'm always sort of touching my hair with Brylcreem, and it's a really nice scent as well. And it's such an incredible shine. Hopefully you can see from the clip today, sometimes it doesn't do it justice, but you've got that incredible sort of glass finish on the hair, which is really, really nice. And it always, always reminds me that when I do this style, Brylcreem is a really great product, and I should probably be using it more because of that nice finish, which takes you back to that era of those nice combed, groomed styles, which of course Brylcreem was born from. Really, really great style, and it's something I've enjoyed, and I've really enjoyed doing this video, as I have done with all of my clips. But Brylcreem, a really nice sort of heritage product, which I absolutely love. Hopefully you found these tips really useful today, and you've enjoyed my clip. And until next time, we will see you then. Thanks very much for watching. Bye for now.